Well, hey folks, welcome to part 3 of the Honda CRF partial restoration. Sorry, it's been a while since I put out a video. I've just been having a hard time sitting down and doing the video editing. But I just sprained my ankle, so I can't actually work on the shop because it's too painful to go, move my ankle at all. So doing some video editing, trying to catch up. Anyway, here's the next video. Thanks for watching. Put the front wheel on, front tire. Nice new rim strip. Okay, well, I was able to mount the back wheel without popping the tube. I actually just used the bar and pressed the wheel, the tire over the rim. That worked totally fine. I should have done that on the other one. I forgot about that. But, oh well, I ordered a tube. So far pretty good with these CNC wheel hubs. This is the hardware for the back. I wire wheeled it and then polished it so it looks okay. Not perfect, but okay. Put some polish on it and keep it from re-rusting immediately. So I gotta put, there's 6 nut and bolts on there. Alright, here's the brand new rear disc. And using up the right bolts. Okay. So that's the style it has. Let's see. You can see the hole is big there. And it's a much bigger thing there. So have to find some bolts to put on here. It's funny that the aftermarket, the super cheapo aftermarket disc and this hub are meant to be together. Who knows, maybe that wheel is not from this bike. But it is the same circumference, so at least that's good. These bolts will go through all the way down the thread. Usually you find, usually you don't have like these are very close. They don't sit very, proud because they're an Allen. I'm going to try these. Hopefully they don't bang into the caliper. If they don't, I don't know. I'm going to have to find something. There's not enough meat on there to like drill it out to an M8. This is an M6. And do 140 inch-pounds. Let's swap these brake pads out. Brake pads are totally fine, but since I have new ones, and the pads are about halfway gone as comparison to these replacements, but I've always found that these cheapo replacements are like almost too thick, probably thicker. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's halfway. Yeah, maybe 3/4. I'm totally nothing wrong with them. All right. Let's see, how's this go? wrong with the brake. It's like it doesn't want to go over all the way. So I gotta figure that out. Yeah, so this clip, the inside of the brake pad piece here, travels back and forth. This clip was bent up, and it wouldn't let this go in. And this is where the clip goes. There was a little edge here. I filed it down. This is aluminum, I think. Anyway, so let's see. That should be good. Try it again. Just to mention, it came with the seal and the spacer. I put the seals and the spacers in. Hopefully they're correct spacers. I can already see it's like they're a tiny bit too big. Over and over. Come on out. Nothing can just fucking work. You just buy something and have it do the right fucking thing. See if I can show what the issue is. So, got this spacer over here. That spacer. Spacer, it goes against this brake holder. And if I put this one inside, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this without getting super frustrated. Okay, so that one's inside. This one, it's just not quite, just a little too big. So I'm going to try to get a bar and pry the swing arm open. Shouldn't have to do that. The bolt heads on the disc are just barely clearing, but they're clearing. Okay. Alright. I know that there's a washer somewhere. First is this. Okay. And I gotta go find that washer. So yeah, why wasn't the original chain guard on it? Because the chain guard mount on the swing arm is all bent to fucking hell. And when I whacked it to try and put it back in place, it broke right off because it's been booger aluminum welded. So now I'm gonna have a $3,300 CRF with no fucking chain guide. I'd have to take the swing arm off and go find somebody to weld it. Nothing is easy. That would have looked nice on there. Jesus fucking Christ, you can't do anything. Try to make a mount of some sort with steel. You drill it into the swing arm. That'd be hours and hours of work. Fucking cunt. So here's the piece of the front chain guard that was on there. Aftermarket, obviously. Here's the new one. Of course it doesn't fit. Why would it fit? Why would it fit? Alright, move on to the front wheel. Take these mud guard things off. That waits till you take the wheel off. Ah, fuck you. I'm not going to film anymore. I'm just so angry. It's just not one thing that's easy on this bike. The front brake pads are totally spent. You have to get this out. They make a flathead screw. Nobody uses flathead screws. A flathead screw. If course, it's seized in there. Probably never had brakes. It has a decent bite on it. Come on, just be easy. Yes. Oh, man. Oh, that's a cap. There's an Allen head in there. Gee, think they needed to be changed? Okay. Clean these up a little bit. Alright, so this is the CRF front rear wheel. I took out the bad tube and put the new one in, and I haven't done the final, the second lip, which is always the hardest part. So I'm going to try to do this like I did the rear wheel and just press it down into place, and hopefully that will just work. So there's a wheel lock here, and the tube is here. It was a lot easier to get the tube in this plate this time. So maybe I should start here. I don't want it to be hard when it's getting around the lock or the air inlet. So maybe here. So that's the wheel lock. Just doing a little bit at a time. Okay, now here's the air inlet. Go. There it is. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, let's see. Did I puncture the tube again? Oh, thank goodness. All right. Let's see. least that's over with. I tried something different on this carburetor. So this is the original K-Hine, or whatever, however you say it, carburetor. It looks a lot like the clone, but the cover that I have fits. Anyway, rather than dousing it with the carburetor cleaner, I hit it in hot soapy water first. Scrubbed it with a toothbrush. Some various implements here. Toothbrush is in there somewhere. Toothbrush. Some of these other ones. I have to do this quickly because my wife is out. Yeah, just to show with the actual Honda carburetor, these gaskets fit perfectly. Everything fits perfectly. Why? Because it's the proper carburetor. The little cover I bought fits. Okay, so the actual Honda carburetor, took it all apart, put all of those kits in, mid-body kit, accelerator pump kit, all the gaskets for the top cover, the float bowl. It's not leaking, it's got gas in it, and when I open the throttle, let's see if you can see it. See it? Watch it. So it's accelerator pump works. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Back on the CRF450, so I had bought a fuel petcock and a filter for this tank. I don't know that these are bad, but I figured, you know, why not? So I got to clean that up and then see how it fits. So I got my carb in there, and this has to go onto here. So I guess I'll just kind of like clean this up and then try fitting it. Yeah, it's probably was fine. Which way was it pointing? Was it like that? Yeah, you know, put that on there. I don't feel any tension on the O-ring. So, what I'm gonna do is put the 20-year-old O-ring back in there. But that also doesn't feel like it has any tension on it. So maybe I'll put that one on there too. Get this off of there. This original looking black little piece of gas line here is nice and flexible. So I'm just going to go ahead and use it. So that says on, doesn't go through. That says off, goes through. So right off the bat, something wrong with it. Why is there something wrong with it? Because you know where it's from. Alright, so we're gonna go fix that. Yeah, so you can see the problem. Here's the Honda one. Here's the crap Chinese replacement one. It's oriented the wrong way. So the only way to get this to actually work, or have it so that if I point it at off, it's off, and point it at on, it's on, sorry about the noise, is to use the old handle. So I think that's what I will do. Put the nameplate on wrong, put it on backwards. Okay. Alright. So let's see if it's going to leak out the bottom, leak on this thing. With my luck on this bike so far, that's what it will do. Alright. Okay, so yeah, I guess I have to find I don't think it had this. I have to find something for that. Where's that? Bag of screws. And then there's this thing. Yep, these are for the seat, or the seat subframe. I don't see anything, so I go get something for this. Alright, so I've got a long M6 bolt with a fender washer. It's got rubber here and there, so I think it's fine. Okay, so that's on there. And then I bought this retainer, which is supposed to go up here. Need some help with that. Maybe this goes the other way. Alright, so got a gas tank that's not going to go anywhere. Let's try putting some gas in it and see if it just leaks all over the place. It's got a big foam thing in it. I don't know what that's for. It's supposed to have a big foam thing in it? Got a giant foam thing in it. I don't know what that is. I guess I'm assuming that it's meant to be in there, whatever, maybe it's for gas swooshing around, I don't know. Start turning the petcock on. I do see gas going down, okay. See, that's enough for now. Okay. Alright, I think I am ready to... Is it stripped? It might be stripped. Nice. So I think I'm ready to put the subframe back on it. Go find the parts for that. Looks like the air cleaner, you just push this down and the air cleaner boot goes right onto the carburetor. So that seems okay. Alright, fine. It's like an M8 bolt at the top, M10 at the bottom. There we go. Okay. It's funny, the exhaust doesn't seem to have a clamp on it. It just seems to stick in there. Know that that's right. Okay. But it's got one bolt down here and one up at the top of the frame here. So let me go find the bolts. Now, seat. Forget about the plastics. Alright, so I did buy this seat because it had the tabs on it and it was pretty cheap, and it has a new cover. So it looks like there's a slot here, there's a thing for the slot to go over, a knob, nib, whatever it is. Okay. So that goes there, and then this goes like, whoops, that. Okay, so, and those are M. 8, it looks like. Of course, it'll look a lot better with plastic on it, but so I have a new plastics kit, I have a sticker kit. I want to drive it and see if the clutch is okay. I guess regardless, the clutch, I bought a new clutch, so I can put that in, and I do know that the water pump leaks. And I do have a rebuild kit for that, but I'm not going to play with that right now. I'm just going to see if I get it started and drive it. double bad news. You put it in first, and it pops out of first. It will not stay in first gear. That's a real disappointment. So, yeah, that means that the guy who sold it to me knew there was something wrong with the transmission. I did not think he would do that. The other problem is, now that it's hot, it won't stay running. It's acting like it's running out of fuel. Doing the exact same thing the other carburetor was doing. Off camera, before I put it back together, I did double check the timing and the valve lash again, just to be sure that, like, when it heated up, is it opening the valves, or is there not enough valve lash, and when it heats up, that's why it won't run. It seemed fine. And when I went off down the street there, it came out as first, but I put it in second, and man, it has tons of power. Tons. It doesn't seem like there's anything wrong with the engine. It's not smoking. So it's got to be a fuel issue, right? But how could I have the same fuel issue with the clone carburetor and this carburetor? Put a lot of gas in it, but I don't think it's out of gas. Then again, yeah, so you can see my frustration at a certain point. Certain points in there. Just, this bike has just sucked. So since I made the video, drove it up and down the road, and then it died, and I find out that it won't stay in gear, which means that the guy who sold it to me totally conned me. I don't know why he would do that. It doesn't make any sense. He knew I was going to fix it, not just, like, you know, store it stick it in a shed. But I paid $1,200 for this. It was way too much. I should have paid maybe $500. So I got ripped off. I don't know what's up with it sat right here. Like, since I was out there and I drove it up and down, I put it here, and it's been sitting here because I'm so frustrated. And I wanted to work on other stuff, like the Ninja came along. So, so now it's got two problems. The engine won't stay running, and it jumps out of first gear, which makes it pretty much undrivable. It's possible when I go in, I can go in and see if I can, I was going to change the clutch. Usually you have access to the shift mechanism, the part of the shift mechanism. Maybe the spring is broken off or missing, or who knows. It's worth looking in there, but probably it's going to require the engine to be broken down and go into the transmission. Probably a bent fork ear, the shifting fork. Probably, who knows? I don't know, but I'm not dealing with that right now. So my plan is to adjust the intake valves out, give them more play. I was thinking maybe it was rebuilt, maybe they replaced the valves with low quality, crappy valves, and they expand more than the stock ones. I'm just guessing, I don't know. But I'm going to try giving the intake valves more play, more valve lash. I have that whole shim kit, so I can do that. That's easy enough to do. And then see if I can just get the engine to run and stay running. Once I can get that to that point, then I'll take the clutch apart and see what I can do with it. So this will be the last video on this probably in a while, because I have lots of other stuff to do. My garage is almost built, so that's underway, and then I'll have to move into it. Mustang is dirty as hell. So yeah, anyway, that's the CRF for now. There'll be more videos on it because I have to fix it. I've got all $3,200 into it. The next video probably will be the Ninja. I did some more work on the Ninja. And then I got a KZ1000 over there that I have a video on. So I'm going to go do some video editing. Thanks for watching and see you later.